Hi everyone, I'm here to share what I know about loops after learning Python for 7 weeks. There are mainly two types of loops in the Python language, a while loop and a for loop. Most of the other loops are merely different variations of while loop and for loop, such as counter loop, nested loop, and infinite loop. Both while loop and for loop are heavily used for many different scenarios. Let's first talk about while loop. A while loop in Python is a loop that repeats the same set of operations until the preset condition Boolean value becomes false. The preset condition for a while loop is a Boolean expression that will be determined before the while loop starts running. If the Boolean value is true, the while loop gets executed. If the value is false, the loop does not run. For example, in this code, the while loop does not run at all when the condition for the loop is set to be false. But when I change it to true, it does not stop executing the codes inside the loop. And this is what we would call an infinite loop, because the condition will never become false, and it will continue to execute the codes until you force the program to shut, or your computer's CPU catches fire. That is why a while loop usually comes with some sort of mechanics that will change the preset condition to false at some point. For example, if I change the condition to whenever the counter is less than 10, the while loop runs. As you can see, it is still an infinite loop because the counter's value remains the same. However, if I add 1 to the counter in the end of the while loop, it will be eventually equal to or bigger than 10, which stops the while loop. A while loop is often used in scenarios when we don't know exactly how many times the loop needs to be executed, and it will continue to execute until it fulfills its purpose. Now, let's talk about for loop. Unlike while loop, for loop iterates through a sequence of elements, such as a list, string, or tuple, then execute a set of operations for each element in the sequence, and stops when it either finds the target and returns the value early, or reaches the end of the sequence. In this example, you can see that when it's a string, it iterates through every letter in the string one by one, and does the same thing for tuple, and list. When I set a target to find in the sequence, it returns the target element early and stops the for loop. For loops are mostly implemented when there is a known sequence to be iterated. And this wraps up this short tutorial video. Thank you everyone for watching.